Seniors, tired of leg cramps? These 7 foods are your answer. Have you ever been jolted awake in the middle of the night by that sudden, excruciating pain? You know the one I mean, that sharp, vice-like grip in your calf, or maybe even your foot. That dreaded leg cramp that seems to come out of nowhere and leaves your muscle feeling sore and tender for hours, sometimes even days, afterward? It's incredibly common, especially as we get a bit older. You're resting peacefully, maybe dreaming about your grandkids or that vacation you're planning, and bam, your leg seizes up. It's not just painful, it can really disrupt your sleep, leave you feeling tired the next day, and frankly, it's just plain frustrating. You might start to wonder, is this just a normal part of aging I have to accept? Well, I'm here today to tell you that while leg cramps are more frequent for many seniors, they don't have to be an inevitable part of your life. Often, these cramps are your body's way of signaling that it needs a little extra support, particularly when it comes to certain key nutrients. Things like dehydration, imbalances in electrolytes like potassium and magnesium, or even just muscle fatigue can contribute to these painful episodes. But the good news is, we can fight back, and one of the most powerful, natural, and enjoyable ways to do that is through the foods we eat. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the top 7 foods to prevent leg cramps in seniors. We'll explore specific, delicious foods packed with the nutrients your muscles crave to stay strong, flexible, and cramp-free. We'll talk about why these foods work, drawing on what health experts and studies tell us, and how you can easily incorporate them into your daily meals. Think of it as building stronger, more resilient legs from the inside out. We want to help you sleep soundly through the night and move comfortably throughout your day. Before we jump into our first cramp-fighting food, I'd love to hear from you. Have leg cramps been bothering you? What time of day do they usually strike? Let me know down in the comments below. Sharing experiences can really help others in our community feel less alone. And if you're finding value in topics like this and want more practical health tips tailored for vibrant living after 60, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way, you won't miss out on any future videos from us here at Health for Seniors. We're building a wonderful community together, focused on staying healthy and active. All right, are you ready to discover some delicious ways to kick those leg cramps to the curb? Let's dive right into the first food that can be a real game changer when it comes to preventing those awful leg cramps. You've probably heard this one before, and for good reason, the humble banana. I know, it sounds almost too simple, right? But bananas are famous for being packed with potassium, and potassium is absolutely crucial for proper muscle function. Think of electrolytes like potassium, sodium, calcium, and magnesium as the communication network for your muscles and nerves. They help carry the electrical signals that tell your muscles when to contract and when to relax. When potassium levels are low, a condition sometimes called hypokalemia, this communication can get scrambled. Your muscles might become more excitable or have trouble relaxing properly, leading straight to those painful cramps. The National Institutes of Health highlights potassium's vital role in both muscle contraction and nerve transmission. When we don't get enough, especially if we're sweating more, maybe gardening on a warm day or taking certain medications like diuretics, our levels can dip, increasing cramp risk. While severe deficiency is less common with a balanced diet, even mild dips can make some people more susceptible. A medium banana provides a good dose of potassium, helping to keep your levels topped up. Medical News Today also notes that potassium helps regulate fluid balance within your cells, which is another key factor in preventing muscle cramping. Dehydrated muscle cells are unhappy muscle cells. How can you easily get more bananas into your day? Well, the easiest way is just to peel and eat one. It's nature's perfect portable snack. But you can also slice it over your morning oatmeal or whole grain cereal. Blend it into a smoothie for a creamy texture and natural sweetness. maybe with some spinach and yogurt for an extra nutrient boost. Mash it up on a piece of whole wheat toast, perhaps with a little peanut butter for added protein and healthy fats. Just keep in mind that bananas do contain natural sugars, so if you're managing blood sugar levels, enjoying one banana a day is generally considered fine, but it's always good to be mindful of your total carbohydrate intake. It's a simple, effective, and tasty way to support your muscle health. Moving on from the banana, let's talk about another fantastic root vegetable that often flies under the radar but is a true powerhouse for preventing leg cramps: the sweet potato. Oh, I just love sweet potatoes. They're so versatile and have that wonderful, comforting flavor. And guess what? They often contain even more potassium than bananas. But that's not all. Sweet potatoes are also a good source of magnesium and calcium, two other minerals critical for muscle function. We talked about potassium's role in nerve signals. Magnesium plays a slightly different, but equally important part. According to the Cleveland Clinic, magnesium helps regulate muscle contractions and neuromuscular signals. It actually helps muscles relax after contracting. Think of calcium as the signal to contract, and magnesium as the signal to release. If you're low on magnesium, your muscles might stay in that contracted state longer, or contract too easily, leading to, you guessed it, cramps and spasms. In fact, some research published in journals like Nutrients has directly linked low magnesium levels to increased muscle cramps, particularly nocturnal leg cramps. Sweet potatoes give you a helpful dose of this relaxing mineral. Plus, they offer a bit of calcium, which, while primarily known for bones, is essential for the actual process of muscle contraction itself. Having the right balance of all these minerals is key. So, how can you enjoy these vibrant orange gems? Baking a sweet potato until it's soft and fluffy is classic. Maybe top it with a dollop of Greek yogurt or a sprinkle of cinnamon. You can cut them into wedges, toss with a little olive oil and herbs like rosemary, and roast them in the oven for delicious sweet potato fries, much healthier than the regular kind. Mashing them is another great option, perhaps with a touch of butter or even mixed with regular mashed potatoes. They're also wonderful cubed and added to soups, stews, or even chili. And don't throw away the skin. Much of the fiber and nutrients are located just beneath it, so give it a good scrub and enjoy the whole thing. Adding sweet potatoes to your meals a few times a week can provide that trifecta of potassium, magnesium, and calcium your muscles need. Let's talk about a fruit that's gained immense popularity over the last decade or so, and for very good reason: the avocado. Creamy, delicious, and incredibly nutritious, avocados are another fantastic ally in our fight against leg cramps. Like bananas and sweet potatoes, they are loaded with potassium, often packing significantly more per serving than a banana. But they also bring a healthy dose of magnesium to the table, adding another layer of support for that crucial muscle relaxation we just discussed. Remember how important that potassium-magnesium balance is for preventing those unwanted muscle contractions. Avocados deliver both. The USDA National Nutrient Database confirms the high levels of these minerals in avocados. Getting enough magnesium is particularly important, as studies, like some reviewed by Oregon State University's Linus Pauling Institute, suggest many older adults may not consume adequate amounts. This shortfall could contribute to issues like muscle weakness and cramps. Beyond the minerals, avocados are packed with healthy monounsaturated fats. These fats are great for heart health, but they also play a role in reducing inflammation throughout the body. While not a direct anti-cramp mechanism, chronic inflammation can sometimes exacerbate muscle issues, so including anti-inflammatory foods like avocado is beneficial for overall musculoskeletal health. Enjoying avocado is easy and delicious. Perhaps the most popular way these days is avocado toast. Simply mash some ripe avocado onto whole grain toast, maybe with a sprinkle of salt, pepper, or red pepper flakes. You can chop avocado into salads to add richness and healthy fats. It blends beautifully into smoothies, making them incredibly creamy without altering the taste much. You get the nutrients without even noticing it. And of course, there's guacamole. Just be mindful of the salt content, and maybe opt for veggie sticks like carrots or bell peppers for dipping instead of salty chips sometimes. Avocados are quite calorie-dense due to their healthy fat content, so a serving size is typically considered about 1/4 to 1/2 of a medium avocado. Adding this creamy fruit to your diet a few times a week is a wonderful way to boost your intake of cramp-fighting potassium and magnesium. Okay, so we've talked about the wonderful benefits of bananas, sweet potatoes, and avocados for keeping those leg muscles happy. Let's keep building our cramp-fighting arsenal and turn our attention to something green, specifically dark leafy greens. I'm talking about nutritional champions like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, and collard greens. These might not be the first things you think of for muscle cramps, but they are incredibly rich in minerals, particularly magnesium and calcium, both of which, as we've learned, are vital for preventing those unwanted muscle contractions. Remember how magnesium acts like the relax signal for our muscles? Well, many Americans, especially older adults, don't quite hit the recommended daily intake for magnesium. The National Institutes of Health's Office of Dietary Supplements points out that magnesium is essential for over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including muscle and nerve function, blood glucose control, and blood pressure regulation. When levels are insufficient, nerve signals can become hyperexcitable, and muscles might struggle to relax properly after contracting. Dark leafy greens are one of the best dietary sources of magnesium you can find. Think about it. Just 1 cup of cooked spinach packs a significant punch of magnesium. But it doesn't stop there. These greens also provide calcium. While we often associate calcium with bone health, it's also the key player that initiates muscle contraction. You need the right balance. Enough calcium to signal the contraction, and enough magnesium to signal the relaxation. Leafy greens help provide both sides of that equation. Some sources, like kale and collard greens, are particularly good sources of dietary calcium. A study published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition highlighted the importance of adequate calcium and magnesium intake for overall neuromuscular health. So how do we get more of these powerful greens into our meals? It's easier than you might think. Spinach wilts down beautifully when added to scrambled eggs or omelets. You can toss a handful of fresh spinach or kale into your smoothies. Like the banana smoothie we talked about earlier, you often won't even taste it, but you'll get all the benefits. Sautéing greens like Swiss chard or kale with a little garlic and olive oil makes a delicious side dish. Add chopped greens to soups, stews, or pasta sauces during the last few minutes of cooking. Use large leafy greens like collards as wraps instead of bread or tortillas. One important note, especially for anyone taking blood-thinning medication like warfarin, leafy greens are high in vitamin K, which plays a role in blood clotting. It's usually fine to eat them, but consistency is key. Talk to your doctor about maintaining a steady intake rather than making sudden large changes to the amount of leafy greens you eat. Alright, from leafy greens, let's move on to another incredibly versatile and budget-friendly food group, legumes. This includes beans of all kinds, black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, as well as lentils and peas. Legumes are true nutritional workhorses. They're packed with fiber, they're a great source of plant-based protein, and importantly for our discussion today, they are brimming with both magnesium and potassium. We've established how crucial magnesium and potassium are for preventing cramps. Legumes deliver a powerful combination of both. For instance, 1 cup of cooked lentils provides a substantial amount of your daily magnesium needs and a good dose of potassium too. Black beans and kidney beans are similarly rich. According to data from the USDA, legumes consistently rank high in these essential minerals. Getting enough dietary fiber, which legumes are famous for, is also important for overall health and can aid in the proper absorption of nutrients. Plus, the steady energy release from the complex carbohydrates in legumes can help prevent muscle fatigue, which can sometimes be a trigger for cramps. The American Heart Association often recommends legumes as part of a heart-healthy diet, precisely because of their nutrient density, including these important minerals. Incorporating more legumes into your diet can be really satisfying. Think about adding a can of rinsed black beans or kidney beans to your favorite chili or soup recipe. Lentil soup is wonderfully warming and incredibly nutritious. Chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans, are the star of hummus, perfect as a dip for vegetables or whole wheat pita bread. You can sprinkle chickpeas or other beans onto salads for extra texture and staying power. Try making bean burgers or adding mashed beans to meatloaf or meatballs to boost the nutrition and make the meat go further. If you find that beans sometimes cause digestive discomfort, try starting with smaller portions. Ensure they are cooked thoroughly. Soaking dry beans overnight helps, and rinse canned beans well. Your body will likely adapt over time. Adding legumes a few times a week is a fantastic strategy for loading up on cramp-preventing minerals. For our next cramp-fighting food group, let's talk about something small but mighty: nuts and seeds. Almonds, pumpkin seeds, pepitas, chia seeds, flax seeds, cashews. These little guys are nutritional powerhouses, and they are particularly excellent sources of, you guessed it, magnesium. We keep coming back to magnesium, and for good reason when we're talking cramps. As the Cleveland Clinic explains, it plays that critical role in muscle relaxation and calming nerve activity. Many nuts and seeds are incredibly concentrated sources of this mineral. For example, just a small handful of almonds or pumpkin seeds can provide a significant portion of your daily magnesium requirement. Pumpkin seeds, in particular, are often highlighted as one of the best natural sources available. Chia seeds and flax seeds also contribute magnesium, along with beneficial omega-3 fatty acids and fiber. Finding ways to include nuts and seeds is generally quite easy. A small handful of almonds, walnuts, or cashews makes a great, satisfying snack between meals. Just be mindful of portion sizes, as they are calorie-dense. Choose unsalted varieties whenever possible to keep your sodium intake in check. Sprinkle pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds onto your salads for a nice crunch. Add chia seeds or ground flax seeds to your yogurt, oatmeal, or smoothies. They blend right in and boost the nutritional value significantly. You can even incorporate nut butters, like almond butter or peanut butter, which is technically a legume but often grouped here nutritionally, onto toast or with fruit. Just ensure you're choosing natural nut butters without added sugars or hydrogenated oils. Regularly including a variety of nuts and seeds is a simple and effective way to ensure you're getting enough of that crucial muscle-relaxing mineral, magnesium. Okay, we've covered some truly wonderful foods already, from fruits and vegetables to legumes and nuts. For our seventh and final cramp-fighting food spotlight today, let's talk about something many of us consume daily: dairy products like milk and yogurt, or if you prefer non-dairy options, fortified plant-based milks like almond, soy, or oat milk. The key here is their contribution of calcium, and often, they're good sources of potassium and even magnesium too, not to mention hydration. We know calcium is essential for triggering muscle contractions, but it works hand in hand with magnesium, which helps the muscle relax afterward. Dairy products are traditionally recognized as top sources of dietary calcium. A glass of milk or a serving of plain yogurt provides a significant amount. Many plant-based milks are now fortified with calcium to match or even exceed the levels found in cow's milk, so they can be excellent alternatives if you're lactose intolerant or follow a vegan diet. Check the nutrition label to be sure. Beyond calcium, milk and yogurt also contain potassium and some magnesium. Furthermore, milk and yogurt contribute to your overall fluid intake. Staying well hydrated is absolutely fundamental in preventing muscle cramps, as dehydration causes muscle cells to shrink and can disrupt electrolyte balance, making cramps more likely. The Mayo Clinic consistently emphasizes adequate hydration as a cornerstone of cramp prevention. Incorporating these is usually straightforward. Enjoying a glass of milk, dairy or fortified plant-based, on its own is simple. Pour it over your morning cereal or add it to oatmeal. Plain yogurt, especially Greek yogurt which is higher in protein, makes a fantastic base for smoothies or can be enjoyed with some fruit and a sprinkle of those nuts and seeds we talked about earlier. Choosing plain varieties over heavily sweetened ones is generally better to avoid excess sugar. If you enjoy cheese, it also contributes calcium, but be mindful of sodium content in some types. Making sure you're getting enough calcium, along with adequate fluids, provides another important piece of the puzzle in keeping your leg muscles functioning smoothly. So there you have it. 7 fantastic food groups that can really help you tackle those bothersome leg cramps. We've seen how things like bananas, sweet potatoes, and avocados load you up with potassium and magnesium. We explored the mineral-rich power of dark leafy greens, the balanced nutrition of legumes, and the magnesium boost from nuts and seeds. And finally, we touched on the importance of calcium and hydration from dairy or fortified milks. The common thread. Supplying your body with the crucial electrolytes, potassium, magnesium, and calcium, and staying well hydrated helps your muscles contract and relax properly, just as they should. Remember, making changes to your diet doesn't have to be overwhelming. Even incorporating just a few of these foods more regularly can start to make a real difference in reducing the frequency and severity of leg cramps, helping you sleep better and move more comfortably. It's about nourishing your body so it can function at its best. Small steps truly can lead to significant improvements in your well-being and overall quality of life. Now, I'd love to hear from you again. Are any of these foods already staples in your diet? Or do you have another go-to remedy for leg cramps that works for you? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. Your insights could be incredibly helpful to others in our Health for Seniors community. If you found this video helpful and learned something new today, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps support the channel. And of course, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on more practical health tips designed just for you. Thank you so much for watching today. Here's to stronger legs, peaceful nights, and living your healthiest, most vibrant life at any age. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.